Hey everybody, this is Eric with the Drum Addict, another episode of the Backbeat. I've got my good friend Joaquin Villanueva from Mexico with me today. Did I pronounce that okay, Joaquin?
Yeah, but man, really, it can be just Juac. I know it's really easier for the people who doesn't speak Spanish. So Juac is more than fine, man.
Joac is more than that's kind of like a nickname, like shortened
Yeah,
version of the.
yes, yeah.
That's awesome.
My name is Joaquin, but Juac, I think that it's really easier for these great people that we have been known from all the world. So I know that for some people it's really hard to speak as we talk in Spanish. So Juac is just fine, man.
Joac is good. All right, I love it. And Nick, I like little short nicknames. My name is already so short that it's hard to make a nickname out of it. You know?
Okay. Well, we can call you E.
E. Oh, hey. Well, there you go. I love it. Well, dude, thank you so much for hanging out with me this afternoon. I'm looking forward to chatting with you.
No, man. This really is one of the greatest honors for me, man. To be considered for a collaboration and for this kind of chats, it's really a true honor, and I thank you for this.
Oh, seriously, my pleasure. My pleasure. Well, let's jump into I want to start with, I usually start with what everybody starts with, which is tell me about drums and stuff. Let's talk about your YouTube name, El Baterista Rupestre.
Rupestre, yes. Rupestre stands for the Cayman era of the humanity. On that time, the human was starting to paint on the caves. So that is the meaning of Rupestre. And that's how I feel on my drums. That's how I feel on my drumming, because I don't have any time to practice. I choose the song that I am going to do the cover, and I try to hear it, I don't know, maybe 1, 2, 3 times, and then I practice it 3 times and press record. So it's totally Rupestre, man. I can practice. I don't have the time to practice. My drum kit is here in Teotihuacan, someplace about, I don't know, 30 miles from Mexico City. So I only came here on the weekends. I don't have any kit to practice on my home. So when I watch every amazing drummer that this community have, I really feel like a caveman, man. I feel like sometimes I'm instead of sticks, I'm picking some bones and I start to bang on my kid. No, I really feel like a caveman, man. Hence the Rupestre.
Gotcha. And then El Baterista is the drummer.
Right? Drummer. Yes, something like a caveman drummer, something like that.
Well, I love it. I love the backstory, but you sell yourself way too short. You are way better than just somebody who picked up bones and it's just banging on drums.
No, man. I don't know. The other day I was talking to Bijarni and I was saying him that I just feel that I am so lucky that I can hit the drum at the moment that it meant to be hit. Because really, I have been watching lessons on YouTube and try to practice rudiments, but at the end, I really feel like that, man. And like if I was just a cayman trying to hit and bang some shit here. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry about that. You're fine.
You can add the bleep on the edition. but man, really, I really appreciate so many comments on my covers that say that it's an awesome cover, and but man, I really feel that I'm so just lucky. I'm just lucky because I really wish to have more time to practice and stop to be this caveman behind my drums. But I have luck. I gotta tell you, I feel that I have luck to release covers with a medium quality, and I am blessed because of that. That people people I don't know why, but people likes it.
Yeah,
People, I
yeah,
don't
we
know.
do. We do like it.
Really, I don't know why, no, because if you notice, every single one of my covers have some mistake. At least one mistake it has.
Oh,
But then we are not perfect. We're not perfect, and most of us we are doing this for fun.
right.
This is a hobby, a real nice hobby, but in the end it's just that we all have our works, and we have our families. And in my case, I really, I wish I could have my kids on my place, but I can't. So even if I try to improve, I maybe I can take a pad and start to practice, but at the end of the day, I'm slammed, and I just want to hit the bed, and that's it. No?
I totally understand. If I don't try to practice earlier in the day, by the time I'm done with work and whatnot, I'm like, no, I'm tired. I'm tired. But dude, I totally understand the this idea of just feeling really lucky that people like what you're doing. And you're gonna have haters. Like there's always gonna be those people out there, but like but I'm with you. At the end of the day, I'm always just excited that anybody cares about
Yes.
what we're putting out there, and that they'll watch me play drums, which is just fun
You,
for
you know,
me.
this is for me. In my case, this is just fun.
Yeah.
This is and this is just, as you know, this is a cope mechanism for me.
Mm.
Through the music and through the drums, I can, and I don't know, maybe most of us drummers, we can release all the stress, we can release all the pain, all the suffering. Um, I don't know, but when I finish to play drums, I feel tired, but really calm, really happy.
Mm. Yeah.
So man, that's the main purpose of drumming for me.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's one people, well, now I don't know how, but more of 300 people that are following my
Yeah.
videos, man, that's a blessing for me. I
Yeah.
never thought that I could make more than 100. And you know that I was sometimes I was really obsessed about why I was losing subs, and then they came back. But right now, man, the fact that there's people following what I'm doing is
Yeah.
more than a bless.
Indeed. And it's like that's how I feel too. Like you like to see that number tick up, but even if it stays where it is, I'm still getting so much out of just playing and the connection I have with the people that I've met, that it's okay if it stays at it, it doesn't have to get to a million, you know what I mean, or whatever. It's just this kind of thing for me is my favorite part. It's just this connecting with other human beings. And you were talking about using like drums kind of being like a therapy almost, as kind of work some stuff out. And I know we've talked before. We kind of have had some conversations on and off YouTube, just kind of about losses we've experienced in our life. And I know that there's a lot of times I get behind here because a song expresses what I'm feeling better than I feel like I can with my words. And then I walk away feeling like I've let that weight lift off for the time just by banging on the on the drums. You know what I mean? Have you
Yes,
found the same?
yes, totally, man. In my case, I don't know. I am too dumb to find the word, the adequate words to express what I'm feeling. But music helps a lot to do that.
Yeah.
So sometimes I don't know. There are covers that I have done that reflects how I feel, especially about the loss of my brother. But there are also videos like a video that did for Sophia, my daughter. So music can help me to find those words that I can't. And in that case, yes, for me it's really a therapeutic thing. But as you are saying, and you say it really, really correctly, the connections you can make with people all around the world, that it's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Really, I can never imagine that I would have a friend at Sweden,
Yeah.
that that I have so many friends right now in United States. I visited the United States about, I don't know, 10 years ago, and I didn't meet anybody. But right now I can tell, as I was saying on with the interview with Brian, I consider much more friends right now that I can be with them and hang out, and because they are scattered all over the world. The people that is here in Mexico, it's
Yeah.
it's weird, but it's a fascinating thing, man.
It
Really.
is. And when we were kids, I'll just go ahead and assume I'm older. But I think just from our conversations, we're pretty close at least. But like when we were kids, the idea of doing what we're doing right now, like in having a friendship with somebody in a different country without visiting, like physically me going to Mexico or you coming to the United States, it wasn't even possible.
No, you know, I guess that we are about the same age. I am 43 years old, but you know, I don't know, maybe about 20 years ago, a phone call for the United States was so expensive, man. Even to make just a call, it was almost impossible for people from Mexico. Right now, I know that you can have this. I'm watching you. I'm hearing you. We are having this amazing chat, and that is really amazing, man.
And it doesn't cost us anything.
No, well,
No.
just you pay your ICP service, but
Right.
that's all.
Right. There's no long distance or international charges. And it's such a neat, a neat thing, like that we've seen that in our lifetime. And I was right. I'm 48. But we're in that same bracket that we
Yes.
would have experienced those things happen together or at the same time. And it is cool. And I'm really thankful for that and the ability to be able to connect. And some of our conversations in the comments and then in Messenger, just you've been such an encouragement to Loretta and I, not just about what we're doing on our channel in terms of drums and whatever, but just like when we've talked about something, bigger,
More personal.
yeah, and personal.
More personal with a lot of meaning. I don't know, man. I really think that this is all this started with the drums. No, you start with following a person because you like a cover of how he played the drums, but then you start to communicate with that person, and really you get to know that person, and you know that you in this case, in our case, we can share. We have been sharing some process, some really painful process, and you know that we can understand what we are talking about, and that really is a huge bonus. If not, is more right now is more important than the drumming itself. Really,
Agreed.
I don't know, to talk with a person on Germany, and care and starting to care about that person because of his family, or he asked about your family. That is incredible, no?
Yeah.
I don't know. There is Gunter. if you know him.
Who was it again?
Drumico,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
channel Drumico, Gunter. Gunter, I don't know if it's Gunter, I don't know, but I say Gunter.
Yeah.
But man, he the other day in a comment he asked he say, man, send a hug for Sophia, and that man is really amazing, no? For me, it's really great, and really the drums just part to a second place. The connections and the friendships that you can develop on here is what I really cherish the most.
Yeah, same.
It's not that I don't have friends here in Mexico. I have them, but the level of connection that you can have with persons that you haven't known in person, it's, I don't know, man, it's amazing for me.
Yeah,
it's really great.
Same. I agree. It's all about that. And Drumico is one of those wonderful people in our community. Not only is he amazing as a musician, but he's one that always, comments on our videos and is very encouraging. And I appreciate people taking the time to do that kind of thing.
You know about Drumico, I don't understand how he is not having more subs and more views.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know why, but because really he's inspiring for me. The way he plays every style of music that he plays, man, really, I sometimes say I quit on this. Because he plays so nice. Really, man, he's amazing, man. And I don't understand why. I don't know if people doesn't love jazz. You talk about it with John on that he was saying that jazz wasn't that jazz was dead, but I don't know if it has to some truth, but man, really, Drumico is amazing.
Yeah,
Gunter
absolutely. There's so many good players out there too that just amazing. And you're wearing a shirt for one of them.
Yeah,
one of my favorite guys to watch. Yeah. Joey.
It arrives. This T-shirt arrived just on Thursday, and I proudly I say to Joey that I probably will wear it for this interview and for the covers that I will try to do on the next weekends, man. Joey is an amazing guy, man. Yeah. Not only an amazing drummer, but the person. I really mean the person that you can get to know on the thanks to this this has been amazing, man. Really. Yeah. I have received offerings to people who offer me their place when I will travel to their countries. They say, man, you can stay in my place. That you say, cool. wait, how can you trust on me and say that you can I can crash in your place, man? But really, it's something that I really, like you were saying, it was impossible before.
Yeah,
and that level of connection is what I cherish the most of all this.
Exactly, same. It's such a neat thing. And then since we were talking about Drumico and Joey Clark and some others, like I know you mentioned Matthew. One of the things that I think is cool, and everybody that I talked with, you mentioned him earlier, like there was almost like this, just himself, and then kind of trying to build a community, and then you have other people within that community kind of emulating some of those things. And I think that his heart for connection has drawn people with hearts for connection. And
you know, I always say that in this case, Matthew has been a turning point for a lot of us. In my case, I was about only 50 or 40 subs when he did included me in the shout out, the drummers to watch. And then the numbers started to climb. And now you saw that what is doing Ash, for example, that he's doing his Raider series. What you are doing, the shout outs and such.
It's a mouthful.
It's difficult for me. Brian and the music and Matt.
Yeah.
So that thing that Matthew started is now replicating really nice.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing about this community. Most, I don't know, you talk about haters a few minutes ago. I still haven't one. I don't know. Fortunately, I still don't have one. But man, I really appreciate how most of the people are really encouraging. Even when I know and I admit it, I always have a mistake on my covers. Even that is, it's an amazing thing that they are supporting no matter what.
But yeah, no, that's so cool. And yeah, and you mentioned Ash, and he's doing his drum radar thing, and then I don't know if you saw his trailer for his new series. Yeah. I'm so excited about that. That's so cool.
That will be so cool, man. When I saw the teaser, I entered to my channel. I watched my first video, and I said, man, yes, there has been some progress.
Yeah,
and I know
absolutely.
That we all have been progressing a lot, and that series will be really huge.
I think it's a genius idea. He's a real smart guy. He really is.
Yes, and, he has really amazing ideas.
Yeah. And he's one of those guys too that's willing to, like, if you're like, hey, how are you figuring this thing out on this thing, or this software or whatever, he's more than happy to help you. He's not just like, I'm smart and I'm going to use it all for myself. He wants to share it, and that's why he has his Tech Hub series, and he's just such a helpful person.
Yes.
So tell me about I kind of want to talk a little bit too about you were talking about, there's been improvements from day one to now. I know you're recording differently. Tell me about what you're doing now in terms of your kit and your sound versus when you started.
Look, in my case, I started with just the GoPro 2 with the waterproof case. So the sound was really awful, man. The sound was crap. but then in my case is what I have at the moment. I started to add some other cameras, but in the end, the audio quality was really bad. I don't remember who, but someone recommended me a zoom camera. So I bought one, and the sound got better. And then I realized that I can mix the audio from the zoom and a cell phone. I have a Samsung S10, Galaxy S10, I think, and the audio quality was really nice. So I started to mix all those two tracks, and well, it gets even better. But I don't know, maybe in November of the last year, I started to talk with Blake. On my case, it wasn't Ash, was Blake, who helped me to understand how the Yamaha EID works, and he helped me to buy the ID from United States. Nice. and send it here to Mexico. Now I'm using the audio just from the EID, and I don't know, maybe I think that is decent.
It's really good, dude. It's not, I mean, like you're talking about the improvement, but when you started using that EAD, I think we might have even had a thing in the comments. Yeah. I mean, there's a huge jump from there to the EAD, and it's your mix is sounding awesome.
I don't know if you notice it, but now Marcus is using an EID. I don't know, maybe a week ago, Matthew just recently bought one, and he asked me about how to use it. Really, I use it just on the basic stuff. So I sent him to Blake so he can help him. But man, I that little gadget is a really nice piece of gear.
It is. Yeah.
But what I have seen, I am noticing is that when you have more toms or more further cymbals, the mix is not too good with the when you have the things two apart. So I don't know, maybe I was reading that you can add some overhead mics and add it to the EID. I maybe one day I will try it, no? Really, I have another, I don't know if you know him, Stematis from Greece. There are two Stematis Kikis and Stematis, I don't remember his last name. He has been really helpful about the snare tuning from my drums. The same, he has been sending me videos and trying to helping me how to make my snare sounds better, no? So I this is one of the parts that I really love the most, how everyone is really available when you need an advice. In my case, really I have been Blake and Drummond and Bjarni and Stematis that have been helping me with tips about how can I improve a little of this, a little of that. Some technique. John, the drum LCK.
Yeah.
His videos has been really amazing about how to practice, how the rudiments. Vanessa is another great drummer. Vanessa on the box. I don't remember his.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Is it Vanessa Music Box?
Vanessa Music Box. Yes. Her rudiments are amazing. She's one of those drummers that the level of technique that she has, I'm just floored, man. And again, I return to Dromico. He's one of my best reference, man. Joey, I don't want to start to saying more names because there are a lot. Out. Yeah, and I know that I will miss a good friend, and I don't want to. But man, this amazing community has been amazing to me. I tell you, luckily, I still don't have any hater, and I hope that it's like that, because I don't know if I can handle too well. No, I know that you always say, man, haters gonna hate and forget about them, but I don't know, man. Sometimes I'm too, I don't know. I know.
That's where Loretta is really good for me. She'd be like, you need to calm down. I'm like, okay. They're like, does it even matter? And I'm like, no. She's like, is it true? No. Do you have a circle of friends that will be honest with you? Yes. Then who cares? And I'm like, I know, you're right, but I'm so sensitive. Yes,
he's there. Sometimes we turn too sensitive about our craft, no?
Yes. But like you were saying, you're like, I know there's a mistake in everyone. I think, like, I know that's the same for me. Like, because I do it, it might take me 3 takes to where I'm like, the last one is good, but I don't keep the other ones. So everyone is all live from the different cameras. It's all the same take. So there's been times where I've been like, you know what, I got this other part. It's live. You know what I mean? We're just gonna leave this mistake in there, and because we're not perfect, right? I think we get better at hiding our mistakes, but it's never gonna be perfect.
Matthew the other day told me that I was too hard with me, because that kind of thinking that I have, no, about be just a lucky drummer and all this stuff. And he said, man, have fun. That's what
Yeah.
matters the most. There will be always comments. You know that you have mistakes, and we are not perfect. Yes, man. Not one of us is perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even the pro drummers have every musician, singers, guitar players, bass players. Everyone is not perfect. Not even in the pro levels. So,
Yeah.
man, I'm just an amateur drummer, a hobby drummer. So there will be mistakes.
Yeah.
And man,
And that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay, man. Yeah. That's okay. I don't know. Sometimes I think, man, I will I upload this because maybe it's some mistake that most of the people don't even notice, but you know it's there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you say, man, will I upload it? Is it worthy? But man, it's you. You are like this, and you have always the chance to improve after every try. No, I don't know if maybe I can take the time and play the same song about 20 times. I maybe get it done right, but man, I don't have even the patience.
Right. I understand. You're like, I'm so sick of this song.
I don't have the time, and I don't have the patience, man. I really start to play. If I play the song about 5 or 6 times, I start to mess up with the fills. Was it here or was it or over there? No, it's something that, man, I only 3 takes and that's all. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah.
The next, because I don't have the patience, man. I'm too. I don't know if I'm just too hyperactive, but sometimes I start to play. I always play the music that I like. My content is way too variated.
That's
have
good.
Really slow songs. Maybe because sometimes I upload a song and I lost about 3 subs. They didn't like that. But sometimes I start to playing slow songs, and at the 3rd or 4th take, I'm like, oh man, I can handle that, because it's really hard. It's really hard for me.
Yeah.
The slow songs are the most difficult to me, man, because you have to keep the time and to try to stay in the groove and all the stuff. And I really am like a Muppets animal.
And they're those are the easiest ones to speed up, like because they're sitting so back in the tempo that, or for me, like I want to make them go faster, but you can't. You can't make them go faster.
For example, the rock songs, you have this space for the mistakes, because there are the distorted guitars and the bass that sometimes it helps to notice the mistake, that mistake. But when you're playing slow songs or pop ballads or something like that, it's way difficult.
Yeah.
The very tiny mistake is there, and pops like. But really, man, I just can't play more than 5 times a song. I can't.
Well, I love your variety, Walk, because I feel like I can get kind of stuck in a rut of types of songs, and I also just play songs that I want to play. Like, and some of them like are old, like Christian rock songs from the 80s that like only me and like maybe, I don't know, 10,000 other people in the United States are even aware of, right? But I'm like, but they're fun, and they meant something to me. So it's kind of like, well, if it gets 10 views, great. If it gets 100 views, great. I still have fun doing it. But there's a couple of other guys that like really just, I think, have that same mentality of like, I want to do a song that I enjoy. And I think that allows those of us that aren't familiar with that to kind of experience something new. I know you've done some stuff by some Latino artists that is completely not on my radar. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is so cool. Like, so it exposes people to new things that they might not have heard otherwise. So I say, yeah, keep doing what, whether it gets a million views or 10 views, do it because you love it. And at least me, it'll be new music for me to discover.
Yeah, man, I have no too many new music about this last year and a half that I was hearing. I don't know, maybe my whole life before. I know I was used to hear too much rock, too much metal, progressive rock, progressive metal, and all this stuff. But then always, because my family like to hear pop music and Latino music, the Mexican music. And then I started to do those covers. But the music that I have known, thanks to, I don't know, Rich Road Dog,
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
Rich. Yeah, no, there's another great guy who's got some awesome content and just is super friendly and a cool dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he, or maybe Mark Young. He's another drummer that has a lot of music that I have known, I didn't know about them. So yes, this have helped me through to know more music, to open a little more the taste about the music. Um, I don't know. Even my sister the other day told me, "Man, you got to do some salsa. You have to do," and I was like, "No, no, no." I really, I don't know, but I really like it. I really like that kind of music. I dance it on the parties, but to play, it's a style that I just can play. I just can play, not because I don't like it, because it's music that has a lot of percussions.
Yeah.
Most of that music is not drums. Some are tumbas and timbales and shakers and all that stuff that with my kid I can play that.
Yeah.
But really, this trip has led me to cherish more kind of music. And sometime, I don't know, maybe one day I will do some salsa or tango
Yeah.
or something like that. No.
That's awesome. Yeah. But no, I totally get it. It's like you can like a music, but it's not necessarily conducive to sitting down behind a drum kit,
Yeah.
and playing. So tell me a little bit, like when you're not drumming, what else do you like to do? I know you've got a family, so time with them. What do you all like to do together?
Look, my little girl is 4 years. Is about to her 4 years old right now. He's 3 and 11 months.
Okay.
So she's a bullet. She's a bullet fighter. Ping ping. She's for all the house all the day. So my wife and I, with this, after this COVID situation, my wife has been on home office about 2 years. So the life was really easy, because I was to work. I work like an IT department. I
Okay.
work with computers, phones, and all the stuff. And the life was a little easier, because she was at home with my little girl, and I get to home and, well, to play with my girl, with my little girl. But now she have to go to the office like me, and I'm all the day moving. I go to the school to let her on the place. I go to work. Then on the afternoon, I go pick her, take her to my home, return to work. So it's a really frantic life right now.
Yeah, that's
But
very busy. Yeah. Wow.
really busy. So the only hobbies that I have, I used to be at the movies and the movie theater. I don't know if I could. I was about 3 days per week. right now I can't go to the movies, but I try to watch movies every 2 days on my on the home, and that's my hobby right now on the week.
Yeah.
I love video games, but I don't have any right now, and I won't buy it right now. One because of my little girl. No, maybe when she gets a little older, I get one for her and for me, obviously.
For her, and then I can play it
Yeah,
with with her teacher some games.
no. Hey, Jessica, look what I bought for Sophia, but this is for me.
Yeah, and wipes can see through that. You didn't buy that for her. Like I
Yes.
did.
No, it's for her. It's not for me. I won't be playing that stuff.
What is this Mortal Kombat game?
Yeah.
She's gonna have to learn about it.
You have to learn about how the body works.
and how you can rip somebody's arms completely off their torso, right? Yeah.
How is attached the head with the medullary spine?
Every kid needs to know that stuff.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, I totally get that. Like we like to watch movies. We went to the movie theater like a month ago for the first time in like 3 years.
Wow.
And so I was like, woo! It was fun, and how to get popcorn and all that good stuff. But yeah, we like to our evenings after work and everything. We sit down on the couch and we'll either watch a TV show or a movie, and it's just so I totally get it. And in the summer months, we have so much going on around us where we're mowing over here and over at mom's. Since dad passed last year, we've got all this other stuff. So
I saw the pictures of all the stuff you have to do in your mom's place and your place. Man, that's a real busy life too.
Unfortunately it's only through the summer, and then once fall comes, you're like, okay, great, okay, cool. Now we can take a few months off. Yeah, but it's fun to it's nice to. It's relaxing. It's real pretty where we are, and it's been hot, and I don't do heat. Like me and heat don't get along real well. So that's why my air conditioner is running and will probably be in the background noise of this video. It's right here blowing up on me.
I don't like the hot weather either. And lately here in Mexico has been really. Wow, really rough. If it's hot, it's really hot. Man, the sun is burning you if you are walking on the street. But in the afternoon, about getting to the night, the wind is really cold. So there's a lot of people that is getting flu. Well, I don't know if it's flu or is the COVID, because
Gotcha.
we
don't ever know anymore. We don't know. I could just be normal sick, or I could be COVID sick. I better go double check. Yeah.
Right now, the other day, one doctor said, "Man, everything is COVID until you prove it wrong." Man, really, it seems like that way, no? But
absolutely.
But really, I really have. Getting back to your comment about the movie. I really want to go to the movies, man. You don't have idea how I miss it, but really, you start to look on the news here in Mexico and say that every single day the COVID is getting more and more cases again. So I go to my place and I watch. Well, there's really good content on the platforms right now, streaming platforms. Right, so I'm covered right now.
Yeah, no, same. And I can pop popcorn in my kitchen and have a very similar experience for a lot less money too.
Yes. It's really expensive right now, man.
Yeah. Oh
it's
my
really
gosh.
Expensive. I know that Mexico's and United States economies are bounded, man. And
Yeah.
I know that the situation over there is really really hard. I don't know, maybe with the fuel.
It's crazy.
The fuel
Yeah.
is crazy right now. Here, it's about everything, no? Fruits, meat,
Yeah.
the fuel as well. Everything is so expensive right now here in Mexico.
Yeah. Everything's
So
been going up here too. Go to the
yeah,
store for, like you said, meats, fruits, vegetables, even prepackaged
yeah,
foods. Everything's gone up, and we even had to cancel a trip to go see Loretta's family because the gas was so expensive.
yeah,
And we're fortunate that we both work from home. She only has to travel like 2 days a week, so it's helped significantly. But
yeah,
yeah, and like you said, and with that, between that and COVID, it's like it's not we're not past it, but we've kind of are just adapting to it, I think, as a global thing. And but you still don't want to get it. It's no
yeah,
fun. And certainly like we live next door to my mom, and she's 75, and so we certainly don't want to get it and then inadvertently give it to her, because she'll have a harder time with it than Loretta and I would. So
yeah.
it's tricky. It's tricky. You want to go out to the movies, but then you're like, yeah, but
Yeah,
not if it's like crowded.
yeah. My wife's father is he has some heart condition. He has diabetes. So I know that if I get COVID, or my wife or Sophia gets COVID, and we make that he gets sick,
Oh yeah.
it can be really turned to the worst really fast.
Yeah.
So that's why we always. My mom was really bad when she got COVID, so we don't want to risk the family,
Right.
That's why I prefer to go to my home and enjoy it in a really not expensive way.
And safe, and a safe way. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yes, man. Yeah, as you are saying, we need to adapt to this thing.
Mm.
It will stay. It will stay now. Maybe just be a flu in a few months or a year. I don't
Yeah.
know. But meanwhile, well, it has been a really difficult situation for a lot of us.
Yeah,
No?
sure. No, absolutely. Absolutely. I think just globally, and I think that's kind of been an interesting dynamic of it too, is that I think it's kind of globally, like we've all had a similar experience because of the pandemic. So whether we're from, this side of the world or the other side of the world, everybody's experienced it at a level, which is kind of at least that's the first time that I can think of in my lifetime that's been a thing. Like where the whole world has shared a common experience.
Yeah.
So, well, let me ask you one more question. Well, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. But this one is, you were talking about being a hobby drummer, and really, like that's what I am too. Like I had dreams of playing out, and I've gotten to play little gigs, but like really, I just do it because I love doing it, and it's a wonderful outlet for me. But what advice would you give somebody that is starting to play drums?
Man, don't quit. Don't quit about it. We all have a different start on the drums. Maybe one person was because the guitar position was taken, and there was no one who can play drums. There are other people like me that always love to play drums. All my life, I was banging with my fingers on the table. And at the school, I was turning my teachers crazy because I was always punching with my feet on the ground. And I don't know, when you have that will and that joy and passion for playing drums, don't quit. It's a really difficult situation. It's a really difficult era for in this time to go outside and play a gig because there's no too much places to play. The COVID situation is still affecting us at this moment. But that doesn't mean that I don't know, maybe in a few months or maybe a year, we will be outside and starting to go one more time to the bar and watch this amazing band that is making covers. And I don't know, maybe the drummer of that band is a person that is starting right now. So don't quit. I quit from drums for years, and it's a thing that I regret. It's a thing that I regret have done it, because really, man, we can have a lot of hobbies. I don't know if I'm losing you. You're hearing me, right? Because yeah, I got freeze, but okay. I was saying right now it's really difficult, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible to go outside and have a real success on the drums. If you have the passion, if you really want to do this, do it. Don't stop. Really, I regret about quitting. About 10 years, these drums was storage and getting dust. And you don't know how I regret about it. Because music is to me is a really important thing in my life. I can't be working without music. I can be working out, doing exercise without music. And the drums are an essential part of every style of music. So there's always a chance right now with the YouTube, Instagram, all the social networks that are around. It's a great opportunity to do virtual projects. You can start your band with people that you haven't met in person, but you start to do what we do on the collabs, no?
Yeah.
There are bands that there is Kev. I don't know is Kevin one. I don't remember. Chemical Drum. No, I don't remember the name of the channel, but he's doing amazing collabs with guitar players, bass players, singers. I don't know. It seems that he has about 4 or 5 bands. And I
know who you're talking about. I think it's K-Kung Drums.
K-Kung Drums. Yes.
Yeah, Kevin is so cool.
KMK Drums is Kelly. Yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. Yes. KK Drums. Yes, he's doing amazing things. All online. And really, he seems like he has about 4 or 5 bands. And I know that when the time comes, he can go to any pub or bar or a place when he can play with the band and make a perfect gig.
Yeah. So
really, if you are starting on drums and really like this, don't stop, man. Don't stop. Don't be like me and have a little of discipline. Work on your craft, and you will get better and better. Take advantage of these social networks era and make connections, because that is something that really helps a lot. That I have known right now about 6 or 7 drummers here in Mexico that I know that if the opportunity came, I can call one of 2 of them and to play. That will be awesome. And that will be my advice. Don't quit. If this is their passion and this is what you like about it. I don't know why, but a lot of us really loves the drums. It's the most noisy instrument of all.
It is, yeah.
It's a pain in the ass to be setting up and disassemble, carry to the gig, but man, we love the drums.
Yeah.
And if we really love them, we won't stop. So don't quit on it.
That's good. Don't let anything or anybody keep you from what you're passionate about.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That's awesome.
And
And then let me ask you a question that is a Loretta based idea question. She said you should ask the people you're talking to a would you rather question. And like a lot of times, like when we play this game, I don't know if this is something you all play in Mexico, but it'll be like, would you rather be eaten by a bear or, fall into a volcano or something? But I like to turn it into a drum thing. And oh man, hold on. I pulled my headphone out so hard that it look at that, it pulled the little bit. Might still be in my ear. Okay, hold on. We're gonna finish up like this. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh, that's not even my microphone. Never mind. So would you rather run 15 miles or play a drum set with no bass drum beater and you had to kick the bass drum to make the sound?
I'll play the drums to make the sound.
Yeah, that's a terrible would you rather, right? Of course I want to play the drums.
Yeah, man. I will be hitting the drum. Yeah. I don't know how crappy it will sound, but I will try.
But yeah, I would rather do almost anything other than run anywhere for any distance.
I don't know, maybe about 10 years and 9 years ago, I used to run a lot. I used to do marathons, half marathons.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, maybe I have about, I don't know, maybe 20 pounds less. But that was on that time what I did as a hobby. But now, man, I really stay on drums.
And it's a good workout itself. I think I was telling somebody else one time that I right around the time Loretta and I got together, I was playing for a local college production of Green Day's American Idiot. And so I spent a lot of time on the kit at home just playing, and it was about a 2-hour set. So I lost like 30 pounds in a month and a half. It just melted off. And I'm like, man, maybe I need to play drums like 8 hours a day. That wouldn't go well.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know if you. I am a person that sweats for a living. I start to move and I start to sweat. If you notice on my videos, I always have my t-shirt all sweat, all full on sweat. So I know that if I could play maybe 1 hour at a day, I have lost maybe some pounds already. But yes, it's a great exercise.
It really is. Yeah.
And it helps you to get a more coordinated body. The work of your both hemispheres start to tune up better. So, man, I think that drums is one of the most helpful instruments of all. Really.
Agreed.
So, again, if you are starting on this, man, it's another thing that you will take advantage of. The exercise and the work, the body development, mentally and physically, it's great too.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I've had an absolute just blast getting to talk with you one-on-one in person. And what is there anything you would like to leave with anybody watching before we wrap it up?
I don't get it. If I want.
Is there anything else you want to say, or that you want anybody to know about you, or anything before we wrap it up?
Man, the only thing that I want to tell is to give a big thank to all the people that has been around me on this drumming adventure. Everyone. A big thank from my heart, because you have been you, Eric, and there's a lot of people that I consider now a friend. And that is something I really want to thank every single one from my heart. I simply, I know that my life will be really different 2 years ago if it wasn't been for this. The support that I have on this amazing community, I don't know what kind of life would I have right now if it was.
Yeah.
A big thank you to all the people that supporting me, that comment my videos, that like my videos. I really thank to all of them from the bottom of my heart.
You're the real deal, man. You got such a, I just love your heart and your gratitude towards those that have been able to kind of come around you, through as a result of just being a drummer on YouTube. That's just an absolute wonderful thing. And I try to maintain that, that heart of gratitude too, because really, like, with everything that everybody has to do, the fact that they'd stop to watch our videos is just amazing. Yeah, I would echo that thanks. Well, dude, thank you for your friendship, and thank you for your, not just your encouraging comments about the drum stuff, but just engaging us on a personal level and being open about some of the pain of the losses that we've experienced, and I think that can bring some healing, just kind of knowing that somebody else out there is walking through the same thing. So thank you for being willing to, open up to me about that.
No, man, really, this has been, I don't know, man, this experience has been a life changer for me. Really, man, to have persons that support on my darkest times, when they don't know anything about me. That, man, is, I know that we shared a lot of pain. I know that you and me and Loretta, we shared a lot of similar life situations. And man, really, this has been a true honor, man, to be considered a friend. And I consider you two real good friends, man.
Same.
So
Same, absolutely.
So I really thank you for this opportunity, for this great chat. Man, really, as I told you, I was really nervous because this language barrier. But if I turn the subtitles on, the YouTube automatically generated. If you saw what generates on my speaking, man. It's
That's
really
funny.
weird.
I love
really
it.
Weird. Turn it on when watch my video, when watch this video. Turn the subtitles on and see what YouTube creates on my speaking. Really, man.
That's hilarious.
Really.
And it's really good. Like, seriously, there's not been a moment where I've been like, what is he talking about? Like, and listen, English is hard for people that's our first language. Like, there's people that don't know how to speak it as well as you do, and they should. You know what I
mean? Spanish is really hard for the people in Mexico. There are people that don't express as it must, and I'm one of those. But man, really, the other day I saw what YouTube creates on my speaking, and man, it's really hilarious.
Now I want to do that just to see what it generates versus what I'm hearing, in my ears. Well, awesome. Well, you guys, please, if you haven't already, head on over to Joaquin's channel, El Baterista Rupestre. I'll put the links in the description below and in a pinned comment. Head over, subscribe, watch his videos. You'll be glad you did. Leave him some comments, engage with him. He's not only a great drummer, he's a fantastic human being. And again, like we were talking about earlier, it is sincerely an honor to consider him a friend. And so Joaquin, again, thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Saturday afternoon,
Thank you.
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday
What day is
afternoon.
it? What day is it?
It's Sunday. Tomorrow I have to work, man.
Ah,
Okay. No, man. Thank you. Thank you, really. Thank you for the opportunity. This is an amazing experience. Really, it's a blessing for me to be considered on this kind of videos. Really, and it's a true honor to be part of this. I really thank you, and we are together on this. So
Absolutely.
let's keep working on this.
And absolutely. And not to give too much away, but we have talked about a collab. I think we're still trying to land on a song. So that's coming up on El Baterista Ruquestre's channel and on the Dramatic. So keep an eye out for that in the not too distant future. You all, thank you for stopping by. I keep looking at myself instead of at the camera. What? We will see you next time.
Bye.